Welcome to this week's episode of the 3-Point Play. This week's sports focus, Young Players Ballin. We're going over the young players of the NBA, and we're going to say who we think is going to be the best in the next 5 years. Starting, let's preface this by saying players under the age of 24. But Jordan, to the right of me, who do you think the best young player there is out there?
It's clearly Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, the walking alphabet.
Yeah, and the walking triple-double.
That's true.
He's at, what is he averaging right now? Like 17, 8, 4 assists for a guy who's like 6'10".
It's crazy.
He's like a point guard now.
Yeah.
Averaging like a steal and a block and a half a game.
Mm-hmm.
He just does it all on the court. And he puts it all on the court. And it's amazing, those long strides he gives sometimes.
Yeah, how old is he again?
Oh, he's only 21. He was actually only able to legally drink and gamble last year.
And he's doing that this year.
Yeah, but he was actually legally allowed to dunk on people at the age of 18? Doesn't make sense.
Okay, so the Greek Freak is your young player.
Yeah.
They have a great team in Milwaukee, too. It's not showing up in terms of wins right now, but Jason Kidd has something there, I think.
Well, last year, I don't know how, they were like pretty high in the playoffs. So like 5th or something?
No. You
No?
think so?
Something like that. They were in the playoffs.
We're going to fact check
Or 2
that.
years ago, I think.
Yeah, might be 2 years ago.
Okay.
But there is safe to say that Jason Kidd has started to figure out what to do with Giannis. I think when they signed J. Kidd a couple years ago, they had at the helm, I can't remember the name of the point guard, but they did have an MCW at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what a lot of us thought was going to be the point guard for them. It was going to be MCW, had a great year in Philadelphia, and strangely got moved to Milwaukee. But J. Kidd, at the beginning of this year, just decided we're going to go away from that. We're going to make Giannis the point guard for us, and it's really seemed to work out for them.
Well, MCW was just height and not really point guard.
You think so?
Yeah, well, he was like the worst free throw shooting point guard in the league, I think.
Yeah, but at 6'6", that passing ability, I thought that was a great move.
Nah, he's not good.
Well, he's not good. Ouch.
Just leave Antetokounmpo at the point guard position.
Okay, well, Jabari's back this year. They still don't know what they're doing with Greg Monroe, I would say. But they have Chris Middleton, and they have young players like John Henson coming off the bench. I think it's a really great time to be a Milwaukee fan, and we, hopefully in the next couple of years they're going to be a playoff contender. So, moving to my pick, I think it's a pretty safe pick as to say it was going to be good in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably really good now, if you want to say that. But Karl Anthony Towns. This
All right.
guy is a beast.
The cat.
The big cat. Dropping 47 points on my Knicks, but we did win. That's what matters. So, Karl Anthony Towns, what can't he do is the real question. He's dropping 22 points, 10 rebounds a game, over a block, over a 3.5 a game.
But why aren't they winning?
That's a good question, though. They have Andrew Wiggins. They have Zach LaVine.
They have a pretty good team.
They have Tom Thibodeau, who's the GM and coach. They should really be winning more games. I think a lot of it has been their fourth quarter execution.
I was very disappointed after Tom Thibodeau came that they're not really playing defense like his system was.
Well, I think he's trying to get them into that jive. I think Tom also learned a little bit in Chicago what it means to really play strong with players, and we did have our producer Jack fact check that.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee was terrible. They were 33-49.
But they made the playoffs, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing we weren't doing this show 2 years ago. No, they didn't make the playoffs.
I know they made the playoffs sometime in the past 3 years or so.
He's pointing no, so let's go with that. But let's
All right.
get back to Tom Thibodeau, who I think in Chicago, the reason that the fans really turned on him, and some of the players even, was because they burned him out. That he burned them out. The mandatory optional practices every week, it took a hard toll on them. Jimmy Butler was playing like 42 minutes a game. You can't do that with these players, and I think he's learned that working with this young core. I think, yes, there are some liabilities on the defensive end, but Andrew Wiggins has to be a defensive player of the year at some point in his career. And I would hope the same for Karl Anthony Towns, and I think that's why I like the Timberwolves so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Timberwolves should make the playoffs in the next three or four seasons. They should be a high seed.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if they keep losing now, they just keep getting more first-round picks.
I don't think
picks.
I don't think it's a problem. I think the goal is to get a starting 5 of first-round picks.
That's not a bad idea.
It's really not. What do they have at the beginning of last season? They had the most first overall picks in NBA history.
They have Wiggins,
Towns, and they did have Anthony Bennett.
Well,
not everyone could be a winner, but that's why I picked Karl Anthony Towns. I think it's pretty safe to say. Giannis,
safe
pick as well. Really two faces of the league, East and West too, which is good. We want to see that balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to stop having under 500 teams make the playoffs in the East. Just a bit, I would say. Well, I think that sums it up for us here.
Pretty much.
All right. As always, please like, subscribe, tweet us, and if you think that there's a player we're not thinking of, please let us know in the comments. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, let's hear Kevin Durant. First of all,
Everyone hates you except for
28 points, 8